We weren't here yesterday.
I know, we were hashtag overwhelmed.
Overwhelmed, hashtag.
Hashtag struggling.
We were going to try and come to you in the afternoon, but we couldn't even do that.
We were so
up against
wiped
it.
out.
Yeah.
We were up in town yesterday. We went to Covent Garden because we really did want to film Covent Garden for you guys for the vlog. And Selfridges. We went to Selfridges because you loved Harrods, so we went and filmed a bit in Selfridges as well. But Jesus Christ, it was so hot in Selfridges.
Everywhere was diabolical, to be honest with you. That's what it was. And
Mark said if we're going to get Omicron, we'd have got it yesterday.
We definitely got it yesterday, if we got it at all. Someone just said I look really hot doing my dance in the vlog last night. Have you seen
Hot as
that?
in sexy?
I guess so.
He
or
does.
maybe I think they might have just meant I was hot. Because I felt hot. I felt really hot in all the wrong ways.
I haven't seen that one. Is it a new one?
No, to different music. It's the one with the reindeer hat on.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
He's a really good dancer. He's very hot when he dances, and he's very hot when he dances.
Get very hot. Morning. Let's say some good mornings. We haven't done that for a while, have we? Denise Drummond Mulvaney, Sue Wood, Wendy Hill, Lynn Sheard, Tasha Payne, Rebecca McDowell, Ali C, Rachel, Claire Ross Reed, Jackie Vellino, Elizabeth Millett.
April Hill, you missed.
April Hill, MT2, Karen Silver, Dixon Summit. I always think Dixon Summit.
Dixon Summit.
There's a summit of people working at Dixon's.
Michelle Potter. I can't see because I haven't got my glasses on. I'm not
Good morning, Teresa Welsh, Heather Gunn, Sarah Begley, Julie Neary. There we go.
I think it's a real shame that we've
haven't
never
got a
really
Christmas
got
tree.
the tree behind us. We've
Okay.
got 3 trees. You can't even see it.
There you go, it's coming out my...
Should we give them a little... Can you give them a little trip round the snow village? Because they don't get to see that ever either.
They do on the
Go
vlog.
on. Take them to the snow village. Come on, come and have a look.
Come with
Hey,
me.
If this is your
and
first time
you'll
to our
see- We're
channel.
thinking in the new year of doing a bit of a Keith Chegwin and doing the coffee moaning on the move in different parts of London as we're going about our lives.
In the dark, but here it is.
Oh,
There's
look.
our snow village. Our South London snow village. Oh my God, guys, it's so funny. When we'd put this up, the night we put it up, it'd taken me and my sister hours and hours, and Mark had to go up and down the loft about 10 times. I came out with a hoover. And looked at
You nearly knocked everything off.
nearly sucked the whole lot up.
Yeah, yeah. Well, did you see me bring the mattress down? You haven't seen that vlog either, have you?
Oh no, I'm so annoyed. I didn't wear my Fitbit and I've done a run this morning. Wasted steps.
You look nice, look. Here's who's that, guys? Nadia does look nice, dear heart, doesn't she? Come with me and you'll see a world of
Love
pure
this.
imagination. I'll be there in a
And these,
while.
I think those from Claire Ross
if
Reed,
you're
weren't they? So lovely.
really here to know.
Come and see my other
with
tree.
me
Well, we'll show you
and
the other
you'll
tree
see.
later. I tell you what we'll do is, we'll do some news, and because the news is also fucking horrible,
Yeah.
we will
There you go. Got the tree in shot now.
we'll show you the second tree. We'll have a little break. We'll have a little Christmas break, and we'll
I'll
look
grab
at the
another
second
coffee.
tree. No, how many have you had, Mark?
Just the one.
God, you lie every day.
Babe, I know. Please, can you sing me happy birthday for Monday just gone, says Pauline Evans.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Pauline.
Pauline.
Happy birthday.
To you, Pauline Evans.
We were just talking about Nadia's makeup before we came on air, weren't we?
Mark just told me he hates my makeup, and
No.
I always look like Aunt Sally and have had cheek implants.
Does anyone else think Nadia's had cheek implants? Say yes or no. Because they look bigger, they look
Mark,
plumpier.
it's because I've got the foundation. It's because I've got the blush on. Don't you're going to start a thing now where people say I've got cheek implants?
Well, as if you would have, I mean, presumably
have
it
you
requires...
got bum implants? There we go. Have you got bum implants?
It's quite pert though, isn't it? Is that what you're trying to say?
It is pert.
Yeah,
but
the
have
other day
you
you
got bum
grabbed
implants?
it. Yeah, I didn't know what was going
Have
on.
you had bum implants?
Look, everyone's saying no. Cheeky monkey, MT. I like what you did
So
there. I like what
annoying.
you did there. Morning, guys. My son Brandon Fox turns 4 today. Please may he have a shout out.
Happy
Shout
birthday
out, Brandon.
to you, Brandon. Happy birthday to you, Brandon. Happy birthday, dear Brandon. Happy birthday to you. I think at this point we should slip in a bit of news. And then we can
Ooh.
go back to the tree over there so we can keep ourselves. This is the way to do the news. A bit of chat, bit of niceness, bit of news.
Bit in it.
Skirt
Well,
around.
yeah, we've got to we've got to negotiate a few big topics today. So Christmas is back on. We haven't seen you since essentially Christmas was announced as being back on. I got an alert on my phone yesterday whilst I was struggling and fighting my way through crowds saying Christmas is back on. Is
Really
Christmas back
annoys
on?
me.
Is Christmas back on?
You know what annoys me about Boris saying there, standing there and saying Christmas is back on, is that he wants to be Father Christmas. I might take it away, I might not
What
take
did we
it away.
say? What did we say?
And we were listening to a very interesting programme on LBC yesterday, but the trouble is we can't really quote it because we came in halfway through, so we don't know who the professor was.
No, he might have been,
saying
he
what
might have
he
been
was.
entirely mad.
Well, no, because Tom Swarbrick is completely reliable. He wouldn't
But if this, what gets me about these things is Tom Swarbrick talked to the woman in South Africa who said that we're all overreacting and Omicron crumpet is going to be really mild. It's taken us a massive 14 days to get to the same decision and judgment on it, pretty much. But who's this guy? Why hasn't he changed the entire narrative if everything's fine?
Well, no, there's a lot. I mean, it's in the papers again today that a chap from Sage has said that we only model what we are asked, which is the worst case scenario. So that's what the government... But I don't know...
That's what we were saying a while back, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true.
What I would
if
say
the
is go
government
and
asks,
listen...
tell us what the worst thing is, they're going to say what the worst thing is.
Listen to the Tom Swarbrick show on LBC from last night to hear a very different take on where the numbers are and where they're going. But this morning on the radio, I was listening to this chap, and his daughter's wedding is on the 2nd of January. And, you know, he said, we've got no idea whether that's going to go through. I think it will do, because if in Scotland and Wales they're allowing weddings, we're not going to go stricter than Scotland and Wales. Don't, Mark, don't be so silly when we're talking about serious things. Put it down. Put it down.
Just put it out.
Behaving like a 5-year-old. Put it down. It's a cinnamon stick.
I know, but
let go of it. Let go of the cinnamon stick, Mark. It's for my display. Mark.
You'll burn your hand.
I'm going to stick it up your fucking nose. Let go of the cinnamon stick.
If you don't let go of it.
Mark, let go of the cinnamon
I'm smoking it.
stick. Yeah. So this chap's. So it's that indecisiveness, and there's lots of mental health experts coming out and saying this is the worst thing for people not knowing.
Yeah.
But then you've got the craziness of Wales and Scotland. Wales.
Yeah, what is going on? Wales and Scotland seem like they're in.
You have to work at home, and if you're found going into work, it's a £60 fine, and that can go on every day.
You can go to the pub.
We can go to the pub. What do you think of that?
Well, I would suggest you work in a pub.
Yeah, take your computer to the pub.
Sorted. Okay, so that's Wales done.
Scotland, one of their things is you can go to a nightclub, but you have to stay a metre apart, which makes a mockery out of everything.
I've got a solution to that
Because
one.
how can you, on one hand, say that Omicron is so transmittable? And of course it is. It's 70 times more transmittable. It is. That's fact. That's why the numbers are going so fast. But how can you say that and say you'll be safe in a club as long as you're here and going, hey, yeah.
Do you mind not doing that?
So the thing is, how can people believe you on the other stuff that you're trying to get them to do when you're saying it can be in a club a metre apart and be safe?
Why don't people who want to go clubbing in Scotland go to a pub in Wales and dance?
Well, I don't know. There might be a metre distance in the. Is anyone here from Wales? We know we've got lots of people actually.
So things seem to be a lot stricter in Wales and Scotland.
Exactly,
bit more
Amy
austere,
May.
bit more
Nightclubs. How can you have 1 metre apart when people are drunk? The problem is,
unenforceable.
and I'm not over exaggerating here, these kinds of rules make me think of North Korea because they're so batshit crazy. Like, at the moment in North Korea, nobody is allowed to laugh
Or
for
smile.
11 days.
Or smile.
Because they're mourning for Kim Jong-un's father who died 20 years ago. Right?
I personally don't think that's an overreaction.
What?
Not smiling or laughing for 20 days. I think that's fair enough.
No, but Mark, you're really annoying me. Why don't you spit? I'm trying to have a proper conversation. You're being an idiot. Go on, finish the story. Go on.
I don't know the story. I don't know what you're about to say. I didn't know what you were about to say.
But do you know what I mean? It's that like sort of, where does this come from? How can we trust you to look after the people if you're saying something so fucking fucking stupid.
Can I just ask that? Do you think that, yes, Scotland and Wales have a more austere and a much more stricter, policy for everyone? Do you think they're right, or do you think England is right? Or do you think England is being dictated to by the inner machinations of the Tory party, the Conservative Party? Say Scotland and Wales if you think they're right, say England if you think England's right.
What about if you don't think any of them are right?
Well, no, but I'm just curious to know, because there'll be some
plot?
people in England who would prefer to have stricter measures, and there'll be those in, I don't know whether those in Wales and Scotland feel like England are mad for going on like this. Deborah Holsworth prefers Scotland and Wales.
I cannot imagine there is a person on this living planet that thinks it's fair to fine someone £60 for going to work and not for going to the pub.
Right.
How can anyone think there's any sanity in that?
No.
And when somebody makes up such an insane rule, it makes them question everything else that they're saying.
Yes, yeah, we just need to get on with it and live with it, says Kerry Little. Deaths and hospitalisations aren't currently going up. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah.
I mean, they're not.
Yeah.
They're going down.
It's weird, isn't it? And yet at the same time, one of the stories that really snagged my interest today was the one about the NHS. Where have they all gone? Oh, the NHS fearing mass casualties. I'm just going to find the story.
Because of the amount of people that are off, amount of NHS workers that
because
are
of the
off,
number of NHS
who aren't
workers.
sick, who aren't unwell, aren't feeling unwell, but have tested positive for Omicron.
But also, I mean, they're saying Christmas is going ahead, obviously, but we're going to suffer for it afterwards, says senior NHS source. Now this is the bit I didn't understand about this guy you were listening to yesterday. There were 90,000 cases yesterday. That's an enormous number of cases, isn't it? But the actual fatalities aren't going up. A hospital in Yorkshire has been advised to plan for a peak in admissions, which could be anywhere between 70 to 200% more than what they experienced, not normally, but during the first COVID wave in early 20. Now, if those sort of stats are true, and, I was saying...
this guy on the radio was there. The problem is, and I think this is the case for all of us, isn't it? There's people saying so many different things.
Yeah, that's my point. But I was saying the other day, I don't feel we're hearing enough from the coalface of the NHS. And I think this is the first, that's why this story for me kind of drew my attention. It's the first time we've heard someone in the NHS, what this crisis is about in this country is rarely about the virulent, how dangerous the virus is. It's about saving the NHS. And we might be sick of that phrase, but it's always a tough time at this time of year. And I can only imagine that an even smaller percentage than Delta of the huge number of cases that are coming through every day is what will put the NHS under pressure. And
we was looking yesterday for how many people died of the flu this year. We couldn't get the numbers on that. It's not even on national statistics.
No, I said to Naz as we were driving back, I said, look it up. Let's try and get them.
So as we know, sadly, every single year, many elderly people are lost to flu. They are. It's just how you could, because eventually, sadly, we all have to die. And I think it's about 5 years ago, there was a massive flu epidemic. 50,000 people died of the flu. It didn't even make the news. Didn't even make the news.
Judith Huey, shout out to Northern Ireland. What about Northern Ireland? The Muppets and Stormont haven't even had a meeting yet.
Oh, God.
That's a little bit concerning, isn't it?
Really? This is what I mean. All the nations seem to be just on some sort of weird... Because Tom Sawbrick yesterday was saying basically that it appears that Scotland and Wales have just gone into a mad panic.
Yeah. Selena Lou Fogg, what about this 7-day isolation? That's changed.
That's changed in England today, hasn't it?
Yeah.
With 2 lateral tests, flow negative tests on 6 and 7. That's a good move.
Yeah, before we were told not to test ourselves for 90 days after being positive. Now you need to do 2 negative tests before going out.
No, but I think that's with the PCR, with the lateral flow. I think because PCR can still show it when you've got remnants of the virus, haven't you? Even though you're not contagious anymore. That's the annoying thing about
Elspeth Caithner says, flu numbers not high, probably due to precautions we're now taking. I disagree. I think flu numbers are probably not high because the same people who sadly would have lost their lives to the flu are losing their lives to an entirely similar now version of the flu. It's called omicron.
Yeah.
I think it's important that we recognise there's a difference between a pandemic and the ordinary, if you like, expected death toll of a certain time of year that's usually, pretty damn serious, most times of
Exactly,
most
Jan.
years.
If this is a mild one, it's a great thing for immunity. And of course, the other school of thought, in opposition to what we might be hearing on the BBC or on Sky, is very much that. There are a whole group of scientists, aren't there, that are saying this could be the herd immunity that the world needs, but we don't know.
Really important point from Patrick Salt. And I think you can have all the, one's take on these things can be a multiverse of different perspectives. On the one hand, you can believe that lockdowns don't work. On the other hand, you can believe that we need to come out of lockdown. You can have all these, but at the same time, I think what Patrick Salt says here is something
really
that's
true.
really sitting at the back of my mind all the time.
We were talking about this yesterday, weren't we?
More cases, and this is why this number, I think, this used to be one of the issues right at the beginning of the pandemic, which they talk about a lot. The more it's filtering around society, the more people are passing it around, the more likely it is, or the more opportunity there is for the virus to mutate, morph into something more dangerous. And like Patrick Salt says, more cases equal more variants. It's not about how dangerous Omicron is. It's about more cases equal more variants. It's basic science. Wish they'd teach that more. And I think that's a really important thing to say, because then you're not looking at such simple metrics as hospitalizations and deaths. You're looking at spread. You're looking at R rate, and you're looking at the potential for it to.
But also historically,
morph.
isn't it that? I mean, isn't it the case? And I don't know. I mean, this is literally just what I've picked up. So I'm no expert in anything. I'm a Z-list TV presenter. But wasn't that how the Spanish flu ended? That a milder, more transmissible variant came and knocked it out. I mean, isn't that the way pandemics come to an end?
I thought Captain America saved us against the Spanish flu
I
with
think
his
that,
shield.
is that right? Is that right? Is it Patrick?
Yeah, I think
is
you're
that right, Patrick? Is that how the Spanish flu pandemic
Melanie
ended?
Williams, immunity against Omicron is immunity only against Omicron. They are different strains. Interesting point. I've long said if a more dangerous variant comes through the back of this, we're going to be in all sorts of behavioural issues.
Mark and I did this whole scenario yesterday. We were like, what if Delta? And we've both been thinking of this and hadn't said it to each other. And we were like, I said, I've been really worried that Omicron's having a chat. Omicron's having a chat with Delta. And it's going, look, right? I've nearly knocked you to the curb, matey flip.
On,
so I'm highly, right, okay, listen, you are nearly dead and gone, right? Because I am so transmittable, it's unbelievable. I can just get anywhere, any moment. So why don't the two of us match up? I will transmit as fast as I can, and you can step in and kick the shit out of them all.
So you're all charm and I'm all punch.
Love and marriage.
Omnielter.
So if there's any epidemiologists out there, is that what could happen?
Yeah, could Delta
But let's
and
not
Omicron
think about that.
be a marriage made in hell?
Yeah.
No, quite. So once again, the news flow, the news stories are all Christmas is back on, the NHS is going to struggle, struggle.
Any good news? Well, we can show you our other Christmas tree.
Yeah, why don't we show you the Christmas tree? Come on, let's take.
Well, the good news today is that it's 7 days. I'll get it. 7 days rather than 10. Isolation.
7 days. That's good news. I popped in the headline there. Cannon fodder teachers. What did you think of this? Oh my God, it's all kicking off everywhere. Oh my God. Quick, close it off before YouTube thinks you're singing. The cannon fodder teachers, poor old teachers former teachers, retired teachers are being encouraged to come back into teaching. Are there any teachers here, any retired teachers here, who would like to, or would be even willing to go back into teaching in schools? Can we meet Tim? We haven't seen Tim for a few days, Tim, our postman. I have Omni Crumpet and I have just had 3 crumpets. Save the NHS. My parents both retired teachers and just laughed at Lydia Smith. I'm pleased you say that because, what they've said is that, these teachers do not want to be cannon fodder. Retired teachers have ignored a plea to return to school to help cover COVID staff shortages, saying they don't want to become cannon fodder. If you think about it, retired teachers are older.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the more vulnerable
This seems like a batshit crazy idea. What are they going to do?
Well, I mean, they're going to have to close schools and they're going to have...
do they want to bring them in to cover for the amount of people that might have to go off for Omicron? Or is it extra online...
No. It's to come into schools and teach because so many teachers are off.
Going to be off.
And so many more teachers are going to be off.
But why are they all going to be off if they're all
NADIA and
vaccinated?
Zahari urged retired teachers and those who've switched profession to come forward and join the national mission to protect education. Yeah.
I heard him doing it. But it seems to me, like, I've heard lots of people phoning in and they're like retired teachers saying, I don't want to go back into that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But
The most important thing is to look after existing staff and children in order to make schools safe, said one retired teacher. We are not cannon fodder, and our lives are not expendable.
good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you sort of wonder, well, okay, part of me thought, okay, well, if it was me, I might do it, actually. But
Can I just ask,
Yes.
are we now at the point where we are saying that the vaccines haven't worked?
I think someone needs to let us know.
Like most teachers are vaccinated, aren't they?
Yes.
It's like, are we now preparing for the fact that none of them are going to be able to come in because they're going to catch stuff, then they're not well and they've still got to stay at home? They're not. It's the plan isn't working, is it?
No. Anne
Right.
Henderson said, if the schools are made safer, the staff would not be ill in such large numbers. Tra-la-la, I've just signed up with Edinburgh to do a back to teaching course for 10 weeks. We'll do supply teaching from April. That's good,
Oh.
that's great. Elizabeth Millett, it was shit enough in schools before the pandemic came into
Well,
the
this
mix.
is what a lot of people have been saying that have been ringing up on the radio.
Yeah.
Saying,
Our friend and
lot of
Faith
people-
Goodman, our friend is 70, but has been teaching physics in high school as there is a shortage of physics teachers without COVID. Wow. Okay. Well, there you go. So before I share the next topic, which is radioactive ash,
shall we just
let's
show
have a
them
look
the
at tree.
tree?
I think
Come
it's
over
probably
here.
an opportune moment to escape.
If you want.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What Christmas carol would you like me to sing? So you choose.
I'm waiting. It's not an
Nice.
immediate response, babe.
Which one would you like?
But
Which-
whilst we're
which-
waiting, let's have a look at some.
Yeah.
I particularly like the telephone box.
I like her.
Yvonne
look.
Smith says, I'm a teacher, you can't have it both ways. Kids spread the virus, teachers become sick, even vaccinated. Yeah, you're quite right.
Yeah, so the vaccine thing
Oh,
isn't
Christmas
working.
tree is the first one I saw.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. Oh, lovely, wonderful Christmas tree.
Oh, Christmas tree, oh, Christmas tree. How lovely it, oh, Christmas tree. I want to know you, Christmas tree.
That's good. Okay, come back. Mark, can I play them something that was so funny? That
Yes,
I was
could you move your
yesterday?
bottom just for a minute?
Mark, can you hold it there so I can play them this? Because this is really going to make them laugh before we do Radioactive Ash.
Okay, just popping that there.
Okay.
Okay, we're on you.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
Oh,
Okay.
da, da, da,
Keep
da, da,
singing.
da, da. Oh, Christmas. Where is the robin with my screw nose? Where did you put him?
I'm not sure.
Did you throw him?
I don't think so.
Everyone's missed him.
Dina found him and was like, oh my god.
Where did she put him? Where? That took a lot of graft to fix him, and he's the mainstay of everyone's Christmas tree.
Right, you might have seen this, guys. But
You won't absolutely. That's why you're on the naughty list.
I will swear, trust me.
Well, that's why you're on the naughty list because you're being naughty right now. So you're gonna be on the naughty list if you keep talking like that.
No, because Father Christmas has not been very nice to me.
Because you're being naughty, so you're on the naughty list.
No, I'm not. I'm on the good list, actually.
You're not because you ain't being good.
I am on the good list. If you keep saying that word again and again and again, I'm not on naughty list.
Father Christmas rang me last night when I was at work and said, you better tell Jackson to start being a good boy or he's going to stay on the naughty list and he won't get no presents for Christmas. That's what he said to me. So you've got to start being a good boy.
Then I will do an uppercut to him.
You can't do-
I'm going to do this. Punch him. Punch his beard off.
You're just silly, man.
Hey, trust me. I'm not on bad list.
You're on the naughty list, mate.
No, I'm not.
Well, then be a good boy.
Swear.
You won't absolutely. That's why you're on the naughty list.
That's very, very funny. I wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of him, would you?
he's had it. He's had it with being told
No, I know.
that Father Christmas is coming, isn't coming. Oh, I just thought that
But
was
a bit,
so
an uppercut.
you.
He's going to give an uppercut to Santa.
You take his beard off. I'm going to take his beard off. He's annoying me with all this naughty.
That's really
But some people do torment their children
Yeah.
with it. You can really overdo the naughty list thing, I think, don't you?
Yeah.
Why are we down there? We seem to be in the
Because
wrong position.
we've sunk.
Okay, so go on, give us radioactive ash.
Well, I just want Nadia. Oh, see, it keeps sinking. Hang on 1 second. Did you hear my stomach?
Yeah.
Did you hear my stomach then?
Probably because it's got so much coffee on it.
It's not. It's got one coffee in there, and I'm going to go and get another one in a
just
minute.
boiling through
Okay,
your
so
gut.
if you don't want to worry about Omicron or Crumpet, if you don't want to worry about the whole pandemic thing, I mean, you know, let's knock it into the long grass for a minute. We've got something much more pressing, and I personally think is going to happen on
cheese and
Christmas Eve.
pineapple.
This is not what is suggested is going to happen, but the thing that could potentially suggest what's going to happen is happening on Christmas Eve. And here we go. Read the headline.
Vladimir Putin warns NATO everyone will be turned to radioactive ash over Ukraine moves.
I just thought we'd park that there because it puts
Right, now we need to go look at the tree
it puts
again.
no, but it puts COVID in perspective, doesn't it? So Putin, and I'll tell you why Putin's done this. So the Russians have got like...
Oh shit, says
yeah,
Deborah.
oh shit. I've got about 160 gazillion
Hi,
million
Jacqueline
soldiers
Frost.
on the border with Ukraine. The rumour mill is that they're going to invade on Christmas Eve. They're going to do it when we're all distracted with wrapping gifts, basically. That's their philosophy. Whilst the West are
He's
wrapping
such a lovely chap, isn't he,
Whilst
that
the West
Putin?
are looking for sellotape, well, if you've got the sellotape, he's going to encroach upon Ukraine.
You know when you get your sellotape stuck on your
Yeah,
lip and you pull
yeah.
it off and then you get
Yeah.
like a bloody lip. and
Yeah,
it's like-
or you've been really smart and pulled off lots of bits and put them on the side of the table, but they've fallen flat and gone round
yeah.
the table.
Or the table wasn't quite clean enough, so when you pull it off,
Absolutely.
it now can't stick on a.
So Putin's going to make his big chess move at that point. And he's threatened the
my God.
West, if we do anything,
Anything.
he's going to reduce us to radioactive ash. Now, this is strong language for even Putin, directly to us. And the reason for this is, I think it's funny, there was a humiliating...
Tree break.
Tree break. We'll do it. Hold on. But the reason
What
that
have we got
Putin
I
has
can
got
show?
such a is in such a spitting state is that
Will
yesterday
it cure COVID?
is
Says
that
Kerry.
yesterday there was footage of his boat that has got his new sonic boom missile on it. Did you see this?
No.
So it's got these new sonic boom missiles that, I don't know, if they impact, they just reduce us to jelly. Yeah, I mean, it's pointless. You won't even know what's happened. You literally won't know what's hit you.
Kiki
You'll
said,
hear it.
I
you
don't
go-
mind. Kiki said, I don't mind if we all go
No,
together.
no,
She
exactly.
actually said.
So his sonic boom ship that's going to fire these fucking disastrous weapons, guess what happened? It went up in flames. It burnt down yesterday. It was on fire. So he looked
he's so
totally
annoyed.
emasculated.
Oh, we won't like that. He'll have to show off in some way now.
Well, this is what it is. Everyone will be turned to radioactive ash. That's his new
Has
phrase.
he actually said that?
I'm afraid so. Yeah, so if you think about it for too long, it's
Wish
a
you
bit
hadn't
concerning.
told us that.
No, I know. I'm going to do a...
Bloody Nora, says Hazel Melbourne.
Yeah,
I love that.
I'm going to do
Bloody
a
Nora.
Christmas song drunkenly. Yes. Has you been...
Dawn Clarico, when the screw nose Robin goes bob 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 in a lump. I haven't got a clue.
Yeah.
Snotty the snowman.
Well done. I was waiting for them to have guessed it.
Sorry.
That's it. Alice McMichael has guessed it. So there you go.
But the wonderful thing about the ash is we are so utterly powerless. There is nothing we can do about that, so we can just park it.
Yeah, but it does make you less worried about Omicron. You suddenly think, a cold? Why are we worried about a cold? When we've got psycho chops sitting over the Ukraine, threatening to...
Practicing buttons.
with his puppets going... The other week, you know what he said the other week, old Putin? He said, NATO, I can shoot all your satellites out of the sky. It's like, fucking hell, this guy's just...
Do you know what? How come he didn't go up in flames when his boat did?
He wasn't on his boat. He doesn't get on his
Oh.
boats. He's not on the boats when they fire
Oh.
sonic boom missiles. What is a sonic boom missile? Sonic boom
Sounds
is
like it
where
comes
something...
back.
You're faster than the
Boom,
speed of
like
sound.
boomerang.
So you literally won't know what's hit you.
Brilliant.
You won't hear what's hit you.
We won't know.
You'll only hear the
All
boom
our
once you've been
problems will
hit.
be gone in 1 second.
That's quite a considerate boom, missile, really.
It's not going to happen.
Okay, so final story is a sad one. It's a sad one. Poor old reindeers. Now, you probably saw me with my reindeer hat on the other day, but look at this. Santa's Lapland reindeers are starving to death.
No, God.
And facing extinction. Well, we need to care about
Oh,
Rudolph.
no, I'm very worried about him.
So climate change is having a huge impact on the
Merry Christmas,
on the
Sue Lane.
reindeers of Lapland. It's the same plight is affecting them as the polar bears, which obviously as global warming happens, it pushes them further south.
Yeah.
The further south they get, the more predators there are that kill them, humans kill them and all that kind of malarkey. So
They
we're...
thrive in -30. They
Yeah.
need -30.
So my advice, now the weird thing about this is, what do you do when you go to somewhere like Sweden or Stockholm, like we did, and they have reindeer on the menu? Is that going to be like I just begin to think we should stop eating meat. It's like the Inuit will have a license to eat a certain amount of polar bear. They fed me polar bear when I was up there. So there's that weird relationship with these animals that the indigenous people have, isn't there? Which you think, well, that seems counterproductive. They're nearly extinct, but you're eating them. So how does that work? But anyway, so it's
Well,
just
they're
the
probably
reindeer.
farmed reindeer,
Yeah.
that's why.
What the fuck? All cheery stuff this morning must go to bed. Tasha Payne, you're absolutely right. Should we show them another trick? Well, we haven't got another treat to show them, have we? What can we show them?
Well, shall I show them what Kaz bought me? It's so lovely.
Yeah, do
If you're
it.
looking for a last-minute present from someone,
It's a bit chewy.
you know my friend
Sean,
Kaz.
It's a bit chewy.
Look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Might hold that one.
Do you slide it along?
And it's from Oliver Bonus, and I love it so much. Look how beautiful that is.
Hashtag
so for
a
like
gift
a
from a
hummus
friend.
or a dip, that's a lovely present for a friend. That's so. You could even use it for jewellery,
Do
actually.
you slide it along?
I love it. Why do you keep asking if you slide it along? It's not a fucking toy car. Do you slide it along? Do you slide it along? You're 4 years old. Why would you explain to me why you would slide that along?
Because it looks really slidable.
No, you would break it.
It's really nice because if you've got it on the table, sat opposite someone, you dip in it, push it across, dip in it,
Mark,
push it across. It's really
You
useful.
just always have to ask a question about everything. It's so annoying.
If you want to know how annoying a kid I was, go and watch the film Come On, starring Yerkin Phoenix. Guys, there you go. Radioactive Ash.
Teddy's feeling much better, Hazel. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can see quite a few of you there asking about Teddy. I'm going to go over and film
Hopefully
a little bit
film
with them
something with
today.
him. We want him
hopefully.
in the Vlogmas. We
For the
want him in the
Vlogmas.
Vlogmas.
Yeah. Yeah, but, well, I don't know, Jackie. I haven't got a clue. I don't really know the prices of...
No. Nanny Di
beautiful
will be
though. I
coming
love
back
it
soon
so
as
much.
well. But we've got to get a room ready, don't tell her.
He's saying that he wants to paint the room today, and I've got so much to do.
Check out Vlogmas to see if we get there. Guys, have a lovely, lovely afternoon, day, morning, evening, and avoid the radioactive ash. And if you get hit by a
Shut up,
sonic
it's not
boom
gonna